Alright, so in the last video I showed you how we put the concrete layer on top of my driveway because there were lots of cracks. So now what we're going to do is, remember I kept saying I was going to sand it, so now we're getting ready to sand it. The tools that we need are right here. So this is my angle grinder. Okay, these are the blades I'm going to use. What I'm going to do is I've got a brand new one over here, and you can tell the difference. You see how much this has been used. So this is kind of almost done. This is a brand new one, and this, as you can tell, again, I'm not getting paid for this, is for masonry grinding. So just with these tools, ideally a mask on your face, something to cover your hair because there's going to be a lot of dust. But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to grind it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in just a minute before the grinding and after the grinding. Okay, so you press this button and then you just kind of tighten this and then use this whilst you're pressing this button. So you go this way and then you can tighten it just a little bit more, and there it is. Alright, so this is what it should look like. This blade will tighten it. All you got to do is deep press this button, and then you can either tighten it or loosen it, whichever. So there, we're just going to make it super tight. All right, it's pretty solid. This is how we'll be going up and down on it. So I've got two blades here. This is the first one I showed you. This one might be too much for the concrete out there like this one. This is solid, and I was able to get it on Amazon because these ones usually cost about like $40, $50, even $70 at Home Depot. But I was able to get it on Amazon. So this is, but this one might be too intense. It might break the concrete, and I think you want to use it when you're doing some demo work. So I'm going to stick to my tried and tested one. This is for masonry grinding. So I'm going to try and use this, and only if this one does not work, I'm gonna I'm gonna use the other one. But okay, so I've got my extension wire to connect my grinding tool going out all the way from here, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and inspect the concrete itself. So I'm gonna try and see if I can find a video from before, but yep, so there was a big hole here that is being filled up, but yep, this is what it looks like. So as you can see, there's these surfaces that are not level, so what we're going to do is just grind this. But yeah, this one's kind of, yeah, we'll see as much of it that comes off. And then there's this one. These I've already finished grinding, so these are kind of ready to be painted as and when we get ready. So this is what it's going to be like, and then we can paint over it. So all right, I'm going to start grinding it right away. Guys, so the idea here is that we want to level, like I said, we want to make this as flush as possible to the existing concrete, so that when we paint it, when we primer and then paint it, it sticks onto it. Also, anybody walking on this, any cars going on this, if there's a big thick lip, guess what's going to happen? It's going to start cracking, and then the surface underneath that is going to be exposed. So you want to get it as level as possible. Like I said, it's almost like you got to be an artist, because once you get to the edges, you just got to be really kind of mindful about the edges and kind of go that way. There's a little bit of an edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to level it flat, and then even over here, if you can see, just coming closer, babe. And there's a little bit of an edge here, so I'm just going to level these off, and this is how we do it. So So this has become pretty smooth. This surface itself is pretty smooth. If you don't get a completely smooth surface the first time around, you can pour a little more concrete over it, then come back and kind of sand it again or grind it again to smoothness. As you can tell, the lip is almost gone. There was a pretty thick lip on it. It's almost gone. So I'm going to keep working. So that's the way you do it. And eventually just try and get it, like I said, as flush as is possible. And once again, don't use one of the heavy duty blades because you might crack your concrete. So like an artist, you just kind of keep smoothing it till you get it all at one level. As you can tell, it's become much smoother now. Okay, I'll give you an example. Like, look at these two little dents, or just some little bumps. Let's flatten those out. There, those have been leveled out, as you can tell. It really is just time consuming and painful to be around all this dust. Other than that, it's not really that complicated, thank God. But as long as you got a good grinder, a good grinding blade, make sure you get the masonry grinder blade. I got mine at Home Depot for, I don't know, like $3 or something. But yeah, that's about it. I'll show you guys what it looks like once we're kind of done. It's going to take me another 30 minutes or so, and then hopefully we're going to be done. All right, so the sun is about to set. There it is. It's almost down on the horizon. Now, this patch looks almost ready. We might have to pour just a little more concrete. This one looks good. This one may need some work. This particular patch looks completely ready to be painted, but we're going to have to get the whole thing. And this one looks pretty smooth, but these edges, we'll have to work on that. As you can tell, see how my foot gets stuck in here? So we're going to have to edge those a little bit more. What we want to do essentially is kind of get them to this level so that your foot won't get stuck. There it is. And it's easier, obviously, to paint on it. All right, so we're going to continue with this possibly tomorrow, and hopefully over the coming week we can have that as part 3 and actually finish painting this driveway. I'd say it's a fairly long driveway, as you can tell, and it was all the way till here. But yep, so see you guys in the next video. So as you could tell, we used our grinder, the angle grinder, along with the look at that blade. That's almost shot. So yep, that was our video. And yeah, I mean, don't make the mistake I made of not wearing a mask. You can tell, wear a mask. Luckily my hair was kind of covered, so that's not too bad. But yeah, I'm gonna get some good masks and kind of at least try and finish this off tomorrow, where at least the ground is level and ready to go. Oh, it may not happen tomorrow because I need to pour another layer of concrete. So yep. All right guys, see you guys in the next video. Until then, keep watching, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Like I said, this is a new DIY channel. I'm learning. So I'm learning as we go along. If I make any mistakes, you see anything, please feel free to comment below. I'd love to get some more input. And by no means am I an expert, but you know, I'm just putting my limited experience to use so I can get some more experience and learn from my mistakes. All right guys, thank you so much. See you guys in the next video. Bye.